guys, it's Leanne. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, big welcome. If you're not new, then of course, welcome back and thank you so much for returning to watch my YouTube. Today's video is just a video of me comparing high-end makeup to a bit more cheaper makeup. The makeup you can see me wearing now is basically on the left-hand side, so on this side, I've got more of the high-end products on, and on the right-hand side, I've got the more cheaper products on. But in my opinion, they are very, very good dupes. There's really not much difference. You can't really tell the difference between them. Yeah, if you'd like to see what products I've used and which dupes I would recommend over the high-end products, then please keep on watching. But before we jump in, can I just ask if everyone, could you please subscribe to my channel? Also, turn on the notification bell, because that means you won't miss an upload from me. And I'll leave my Instagram on screen like always, so please follow me over there. I'm going to be doing a video of dupes. I've got 6 different dupes that I find are really, really close matches. So I'm just going to start by going in with the first dupe. The original product was the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Concealer, and this is in the shade 190. And the product that I think is actually better than this product, but it's a lot cheaper, is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer Satin Finish, and this is in the shade Light Beige. There are similarities in the way the products look. So this one is the Fenty Beauty, and it feels very sticky and almost like a dewy finish. And it is a nice, very thick, creamy consistency. The e.l.f. one, that's also very, very sticky and very thick as well. I think the Fenty one's slightly thicker. Use the Fenty Beauty concealer on the left side. And then on the other side, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. concealer. And they are actually very similar in colour. If anyone is the number 190 in the Fenty concealer, then the e.l.f. concealer close match colour is light beige. So the e.l.f. one looks a lot more matte, whereas this one still looks very wet. So yeah, I'm just going to leave these products on the skin for about 2 minutes, because that will give me a more full coverage. The longer you leave concealer on the skin for, the more full coverage it will be. So yeah, 2 minutes, and then I'm going to blend. So I'm going to be using 2 beauty blenders. So I'm just going to be using the pink beauty blender to blend out the e.l.f. Camo Hydrating Concealer. And then I'm just going to be going in with a Morphe M518 brush, and that is just a clean eyeshadow brush, just to make sure that the concealer is not settling into any fine lines. So I'm going to be taking the Sapphire Beauty Blender now and just blending out the Fenty Beauty side. So this side looks a lot lighter, actually, I'm going to say. This side seems a little bit more yellowy, and this side looks a little bit more creamier in colour. So there are differences between both colours, but obviously because it's different products, different shade ranges, I knew it weren't going to be exactly the same. I think I'm going to do another layer, just for a bit of extra coverage where I really need it. So I'm just going to let that sit on the skin now, and then I'm just going to do the same techniques again, because that is one thing that I don't like. I don't like bags peeking through. But to be fair, I didn't actually use any colour correcting concealer, so that'll just give you a good chance to see what each concealer can do on its own, so you can make a more informed judgement. And then now I'm going to be setting the under eye with the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder. So I'm just going to be using this powder to set both under eyes. And I'm really, really pressing this into the skin. So there's that side done. As you can see, it's quite flawless, I'd say, but hopefully it shows up on camera also. I wouldn't say it's full coverage, because I can still see a little bit of a shadow peeking through. So there is both sides done. Even though I do prefer the e.l.f. concealer and I genuinely think it's more full coverage, today, for whatever reason, I think the Fenty side is performing better. But obviously, let me know what you guys think in the comments. But they are very, very close in consistency. And obviously, like I've explained, this one, the e.l.f. concealer is a bit more yellowy. The Fenty concealer is a bit more creamy in colour. But I'm sure there are other shades that may fit closer to the Fenty 190. So I'm sure e.l.f. have got many other shades in this concealer. So maybe just if you have a little play around, you could find something a bit more similar. I don't think it's anything that people are going to be like, oh, you could tell you've got two different concealers on, but it's just something to keep in mind anyway. So the next product that I'm going to be showing you a dupe for is the MAC Cosmetics Mineralized Skin Finish, and this is in the shade Give Me Sun. I also have the shade Dark Deepest. Two powders that I use as bronzer. So this is Give Me Sun, which is just a nice warm tone bronzer, and this is Dark Deepest. On this side of the face, so I'm going to be using MAC Cosmetics on this side of the face, and then I'm going to show you on the other side of the face the NYX Cosmetics Matte Bronzer. So this is in the shade Deep Tan, which is a dupe for the MAC Give Me Sun. So both very warm toned bronzers. The other bronzer that I have is another NYX Cosmetics Matte Bronzer, and this is in the shade Dark Tan. So I'd say that is a dupe for MAC Cosmetics Dark Deepest. So I'm going to be going in with the Peaches and Creams PC25 brush, and I'm going to be taking the shade Dark Deepest. On this side now, I'm going to be going in with the Real Technique Sculpting brush, and I'm going to be going in with the NYX Cosmetics Matte Bronzer in the shade Deep Tan. Straight away, the colour payoff is brilliant. So I do think that those two look very similar, and I don't personally think you'd be able to tell that I've used two completely different products. I'm going to be going in with a darker shade now. So guys, I'm such an idiot. I've just realised that on this side I used the shade Dark Deepest, and on this side I've used Deep Tan. Now, Dark Deepest is more similar in colour to Dark Tan from NYX. So I'm just going to use the NYX one, as that is more similar in colour to the MAC Cosmetics Dark Deepest. But to be fair, they're all very similar. Now that I've corrected that now, I'm also going to be taking on this side Give Me Sun, which was the lighter shade. I suppose you can just have a play around with the shades, but they're a dupe in terms of like the consistency, how they blend away, the shade ranges. If I had to choose which product I like the best, I'd definitely go in with the NYX matte bronzers, because they're cheaper for one, they're cruelty free, and MAC Cosmetics is no longer cruelty free. Would definitely recommend those. But so sometimes it's not all about how much you spend on a product, it's just more about the quality and the application of the product. So the next product I'm going to be going in with is blush now. On the more high-end side, I'm going to be going in with the MAC Cosmetics 168 brush, and the blush I'm going to be using on this side is the MAC Cosmetics Telling Glow blush, and on the right side I'm going to be using a very similar brush, and I'm only doing similar brushes because I want the application to be the same. This is a Spectrum brush, but the numbers have worn off, unfortunately. The blush I'm going to be using on my right side is the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Luminosa. They're not exact colour matches. This one, the Milani one, is a lot lighter, but if you use a light pressure with both blushes, you can get them to look pretty much the same. And also, they are very much similar in terms of like they've both got like a nice sheen to them. The MAC Cosmetics one is a lot more pigmented, I must say, and I do prefer the MAC one. I'm just going to be getting a little bit. You don't need a lot because it's so pigmented. Just running this on the apples of the cheeks, but then also back the contour. And I'm smiling as I do this to make sure that I do get the apples of the cheeks. So this one has got its own little glow in. And I'm using a bit of a heavier hand with this side because obviously, as you see in the MAC Cosmetics one, was so much more pigmented. Again, you can see that sheen on both sides. Now, interestingly, the next product I'm going in with, it's not a dupe in terms of colour, it's just a dupe in terms of product consistency. So the product that I'm going to be using, Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil, and this is in the shade Freak. And then the dupe is the NYX Cosmetics Slide On, Glide On, Stay On, and definitely a Turn On Extreme Shine Eyeliner. Both of them are very vibrant, very pigmented colours, and they both have similar finishes in terms of like, they're both a little bit metallic-y. This is the Urban Decay Freak, and this is the NYX Cosmetics, and this is in the shade Azure. They both give a metallic-y finish. I'm just going to be running this in the waterline. Before I do that, it might be a good idea to put a little bit of baking powder under the eye so I don't ruin my concealer. And that's a good tip if you ever don't want any eye makeup to ruin your face makeup. Just put a little bit of baking powder underneath, because any fallout, the powder will actually catch it and you can just dust it away. Now this could look a little bit crazy because I'm going to have two different coloured eyes now. So as we can see, that one is so vibrant. It's probably one of my favourite water pencils, this, you know, that I use in the waterline. I mean, when I say water pencils. Now again, this one also gives a very similar finish. They're both very sort of metallic-y, wet look eyeliner pencils. I know they're completely different colours and it must be so hard to actually imagine how I'm describing them as dupes for each other, but in terms of the consistency, they're both very smooth. Both really do just glide on. They both have very, very good staying power. In terms of colours, NYX Cosmetics have got so many colours, as do Urban Decay in these specific pencils, but obviously this one is better value for money, and I do think they perform the same. I don't think I can actually give a winner for this one because I really do love both products are just top quality products. So this one's cheaper, of course, but both don't test on animals, so that makes it even harder. So let's just call this one a tie. So the next dupe is a lip liner dupe. On this side we've got the MAC Cosmetics Strip Down Pencil, and that is literally one of the most iconic lip pencils for probably every makeup artist. And on the other half of the lip I'm going to be doing the Morphe Sweet Tea lip liner. They're not exact dupes, but to me they're close enough. This one is the MAC Cosmetics Strip Down, and this one is the Sweet Tea. So MAC Cosmetics on the left hand side. And then on this side it's the Morphe Sweet Tea. The Morphe Sweet Tea is a little bit darker, I'd say, but they are very, very similar. I think I actually prefer the Morphe Sweet Tea. I'm not sure what side you prefer, but to me, the deeper brown makes my lips look a little bit more defined. I just think this side of my lips stands out a little bit more than this side. But again, Morphe don't test on animals and MAC Cosmetics do, so even for that reason alone, never mind the price difference between these two, Morphe wins this one for me. What do you guys think? MAC win for you or Morphe? So this could actually look pretty crazy because these shades are just not the same so much. But again, I'm talking in terms of like consistency and quality of the product. On this side, I'm going to be going in with my favourite liquid lipstick of all time, which is the Jeffree Star Velour liquid lipstick, and this is in the shade Celebrity Skin. Love the quality of the product. It literally lasts all day, doesn't crack or anything like that. And when I say it lasts all day, I mean like I can go out, have something to eat, don't have to worry at all about this coming off, don't have to worry about reapplying. On the other side, the more drugstore side, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink liquid lip, and this is in the shade Poet, which is number 60. So I always apply 2 coats of this as well. So I'm going in with the Maybelline on this side. The only difference I do notice in these products is that the Maybelline side doesn't dry down as quick as the Jeffree Star side. So I'm just going to go in now with the second layer. So with the Maybelline, I've found that I never really apply it twice. In terms of consistency and how matte these lipsticks go, and also how long lasting both products are. As much as I've just said about this product, the Jeffree Star one, it seems to like last all day, so does the Maybelline one. However, Maybelline again tests on animals and Jeffree Star does not. So again, we've got to give Jeffree Star props for that, because that should just be standard in my opinion anyway. I think this one actually looks prettier with the makeup I've got on today. This colour actually looks nicer, but in terms of quality and shade range, I think Jeffree Star wins, I'd say. This is the finished and completed look. I hope that everyone enjoyed watching this tutorial review, and I hope that, you know, you can all find some good dupes and save a little bit of money, and maybe even make better choices regarding cruelty-free and vegan products. If anyone has got any video suggestions for the next video, any recommendations, or even any recommendations of other dupes, then please let me know, because I'm always looking for dupes and I'm always looking to try new things, new products, so I can recommend them to my clients, and obviously now to people who watch me on YouTube. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram as well, which I will leave on screen as always. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next tutorial.